Hi everybody, this is S of Bass, Sam, and my part of our theme for the Holocaust was social studies and music. For social studies, we called it a differences of opinion. For the introduction, the class will be introduced to several different religions, like Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. And they're going to watch videos on YouTube, and these are just links to those YouTube videos that are just like a introduction to that religion and kind of what it's about. And after we watch those, we're going to just, after we watch each of those, we'll discuss kind of what we learned about each of those religions. The next part will be students will get a packet of information that I will print out and give to them, or I would print out and give to them. After I split them into groups, like this group is doing Judaism or whatever, and they're going to write down the important things they remember about each religion. So ideals they believe in, what they don't promote, things like that. And the students will then get together in like opposing groups, so like a Judaism group and an Islam group, and they'll get together and they'll create a Venn diagram and use that to compare and contrast the beliefs and ideals of those two groups. And for most of these, especially for these three, their core moral identities are very similar, so the commonality portion of the Venn diagram should be very large, which is the point of this assignment. The next thing they'll do is they'll come back as a whole class, and we'll kind of go over all the things that the religions had in common in that middle section. And then as the class, we'll discuss these and have discussions about the good things that are attributed to each thing, if you can think of anything from those good things that the morally wise that they're good at. And then they will create a poster, a positive propaganda, containing positive aspects of a given religion. And this goes in with the cross-curricular application because it connects with art as they're doing a propaganda project for the art portion of this unit, but they're going to connect that with religion, and it's involving the concept of those moral ideals and how good at the core these religions are, and not how negative we find them a lot of times, or those extremists that exist in those, taking those concepts and making a new product with that art. And some of the standards that for this are explain ways that people can affect or influence society and government, so how these religions have influenced that. Compare and contrast primary and secondary sources. They'll do this with the information packet I give them and with these videos. They'll talk about that. And then students will analyze and evaluate historical events from multiple perspectives, so these different religions and how they kind of dealt with certain things in history. And then the next one I had was music, and I called it Music to Console. And so to introduce it, students will listen to songs which were sung or created during genocides, or I also put times of turmoil in different cultures or areas of the world. So we'll play some kind of on YouTube for students to listen to. These are just links. This second one I think is the genocide from the Jewish perspective, and this first one is from 2004, the tsunami in Indonesia that hit it. This one is absolutely beautiful. It's called Requiem. It's a gorgeous song. The next thing they'll do is they'll listen to these different songs and talk about instruments they can hear in it or feelings that they're getting from the music. And the students will write down the adjectives and kind of describe what they're seeing from and feeling from that song in their creative writing journal. And then they will listen to the same songs again a different day and then research why those songs were created or what kind of purpose they had, language, theme, and vibe, which is kind of a similar thing they're doing in the language arts part of this unit. And they'll write that also in their creative writing journal. And then students will use the poem they created from the LA portion over here and put that in the song they'll create in GarageBand that was inspired by one of the pieces they listened to in class. So it'll have a similar vibe, theme, sounds, or a kind of mood. And that connects with LA over here because they'll be using the poem and as the lyrics for their GarageBand thing that they'll create and compose. And then some of the standards, I won't read them all, but a few of them are identify how cultural and historical contexts inform performances, so why the songs had the meaning that they did, generate simple rhythmic, melodic, or harmonic phrases, which I'll be doing in GarageBand. So yeah, those are my two portions of our unit. S out.